That. Hello, 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 all. My name is Antoine Hunter, PurpleFireCrow. I'm really excited about today. Today, November 4th, 2021, here on Deaf Woke. A few episodes ago, we had a special guest. Well, before I start, let me slow myself down. I've been getting reoriented last few weeks, so I've been going so fast, pace. So I'm kind of learning how to slow down. Especially with COVID, 2020, that taught us how to slow down. And now people are going back to doing things in person, different states, different communities, and that things now are pacing up again. No, no. What did we learn? We need to learn how to be patient. Slow down. Don't become like a microwave. If you're like a microwave, then you don't get your full nutrition. You don't get that full wisdom, recognition, connection. Microwaving is just covering the surface. It's a warm up. But the core, that food, no, it's missing. Soul food is that real food for the people. So let me go ahead and introduce my cool interpreters. Let's go see. Let's see their names. Please meet interpreter Jay and meet interpreter Mateo Luis. I want to say thank you so much for coming this evening, for providing your services. Appreciate you. Great. Now, our special guest, Armani Lawrence. Now, Armani was on a earlier episode, and we were talking about deaf, trans, BIPOC, trans community. What was going on in the community? We're talking about their life and what was going on in their life. Their journey. And that's what Deaf Woke is about, discovering, unveiling that journey, recognizing the identities. No, it's that push and pull. We had a great show. Unfortunately, though, we had some tech issues and glitches, and so I wasn't satisfied. So Armani and I discussed it, and we were like, hey, let's run that show again. So please welcome my friend Armani.
Hi there.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be here. Very excited and have been looking forward to the opportunity. It's great.
Last time, we were talking about your transition, trans community, your life. That beginning unveiling of yourself. How's it been since our last episode till now? What's been going on?
At that time with the first show, I had just recovered and was in the process of still really early on recovering from the top surgery. Now I'm post-op. Now we've been 6 months post-op. No, almost 7 months. And I feel, great. My range of motion is back. Before I signed very
Yeah.
small face,
Yep. I remember.
like little T-Rex arms, my signing was like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were kind of restricted, and now you're free.
Yes. Yes.
Do backflip.
You ready to do some backflips now?
Oh no. That might be too much to go back. I may not land. I may end up on my side. So no.
You're right, though. You got to take care of yourself, especially after the surgery. You can't get out there too quick. Did you get the opportunity to sleep in more? Were you able to exercise?
At that time, initially, I got approval to do some exercises, start working out. I got that approval and that permission, but I noticed that in my chest area, it would hurt while I was trying to bench press or work out. So it took little by little. It was step by step. I was trying to do HIIT. Are you familiar with the HIIT process? The high intensity, was it high
Yeah, high intensity.
interval training? So you train for 20 minutes, you go real quick, and then you rest for 30 seconds. And then you do 1 minute, and then you do 2 minutes and rest. And so you'll do 1 minute of high intensity, you'll do 30 seconds rest. 1 minute high intensity, 30 seconds rest. And that's for 20 minutes. And I felt out of shape, but it's taken time. It's taken time to get there.
But now you're good to go, huh?
Well, not quite really. I mean, I love food. I acknowledge I love food. I love to eat. I got a sweet tooth.
Some people are afraid, after surgery, they don't feel like they're going back the capability of doing things that they love. Going back to doing the things that you love doing, but you're back to doing right. You're back to doing the things you love
Right.
doing. You just had to slow down.
Right.
You had to pace yourself.
Yeah. Because at that time, at that time of the surgery, your body's not responding the way that it typically would, saying no and kind of limiting itself and just kind of warming up and moving with that. I did some yoga and found, wow, that even took time. I would still feel sore and take, steps back. It helped to meditate, with life, with everything that's going on with COVID. It was very nice to take the time to meditate, and the yoga helped a lot.
Yeah, speaking about meditation, self-realization, it's really where you put your energy. You put your energy within yourself. Recognizing yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to learn how to do that. Ooh, that ain't easy, yeah?
No, it's not. No, you're right. Sometimes when you're meditating, you find your mind is starting to wander and you're trying to follow your thoughts, and it's like, no, just stay in this moment, assess it. Where are we investing this energy? How? For example, like with COVID, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling irritable, I know for me, I do have challenges and problems with anxiety at times. And so taking that time to pause and assess it and kind of see life, how you can change your life. What areas COVID impacted in your life,
We were talking about kind of, getting physical, being physical. And now, now we're transitioning to talking about spirit and meditation. Yeah, you got I can feel your high spirit right now. We had mentioned, we had talked about that surgery, that transition, preparing for it, that the anxiety, getting comfortable with that identity. That process. Now, I know you'd mentioned a meditation. Does that apply? Does that apply to, really immersing into your identity? Is using that kind of a catalyst of meditation?
Yeah. As I dropped in and kind of really steeped into my identity, there have been some very difficult parts in the journey. There are not only do I identify as trans, but I also identify as non-binary, and it's like I'm not sure if I'm gay. I'm not sure if I'm bi. My orientation, my who I'm attracted to, those things have also had to come out and be assessed as I have delved in to my identity in that journey. When I approach people, when I interact with people, when I say I'm trans or I'm non-binary, they say, "Well, which is it? Is it she? Is it her?" And I say, "No, it's they. It's them." And so I have a hard time with asking people to say they and them, not she or her, correcting them with my pronouns. So it's tough, having to over and over repeat myself. And I have to look at myself to make sure how I look, how I present myself, how I approach someone when I'm correcting them. What best suits me, what serves me, what matches me, what doesn't match me anymore.
You're feeling more confident today. Being who you are. Asking. Kind of nudging. But now you're being more, direct. How do you get people to respect your pronouns? Is it by, email? Do you wait until later? Or, or are you right in the moment?
When I introduce myself to people, the first thing I do is I say my name and I say that my pronouns are they, them. And I emphasize it from the beginning. Please don't call me she, because I may look a little different, a little bit more like a non binary presentation. So people are always kind of assessing, they're not sure one way or another. For example, today I had a job interview and I said my pronouns, excuse me, are they and them. I said, okay, great. My daughter's the same. And I thought, oh, it made me feel, inside I just felt so good. I felt seen, I felt recognized, and it made me happy. It made my day.
Let's go back in time. Did you feel, back in the day that people were open to trans and non-binary? Being that, did you feel the deaf community was open, or did you feel like they're, they were just open-minded?
Mm, mm. Yeah, yes. I think people are starting to be open more and more, but some people will just not recognize or acknowledge it. Some people will say, well, what's that? And, I'll explain, and I'll educate a little bit. And, it's important for you to educate yourself when it comes to queer identities, non binary, and trans identities. So I do spend time educating because I get misgendered a lot. I do.
Yeah, okay, misgendered.
My very first job, you know, my boss said she, her because my boss had already known me previously from another job and in another part of my journey. So I have emailed, I have texted. That's an ongoing conversation. I'm still struggling and going through that right now.
That's great. You recognize the space you're in. You're willing to take that energy to protect yourself, to be vulnerable. And like you said, meditation.
Hmm.
Where am I investing my energy?
Hmm.
Who's willing to listen, not with their eyes or their ears, but with their soul, right?
I like that. I like that. Yes. Hmm.
one journey compared to another journey. I want to say old journey, but during your journey. And you mentioned about top surgery. Do all people need to do proceed with top surgery?
No, exactly. That's correct. It's how you identify with your body in the trans experience. You are always trans enough as soon as you say you are.
No, I like you. I like what you said. You're trans enough.
Yeah.
You're black enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're she enough. You're him enough. You're they, them enough. You're already enough. Your identity is simply enough. We're human, right?
Right. Right. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
I really appreciate that. You're so courageous. You are a shining, shining light. Being courageous is learning how to, share that information. For you, you decided that you wanted top surgery,
Yes.
but that ain't free.
Mm-mm. It's not free.
I think our last episode we talked about you were fundraising. Talked about the insurance aspect of it. That's the sign, right? Top surgery.
It's typically
Oh, okay.
with the chest, or you can do top surgery. Either's fine.
I want to make sure. I don't know if there what political correct sign language. So thank you for educating me.
Sure.
But right, it's not free.
No, it's not free.
You had to fundraise and reach out to the community. First of all, that was amazing that were able to find confidence and trust in your community to reach out to them and ask for support.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come to that point to, get courageous to ask people? Were you just, is it something that you just elected to do? Was it just innate?
I had the help of the community with my friend Melissa. They posted and shared about the fundraiser, and people just sent money, and we spread the word. We did flyers, and people just were very generous. I was quite overwhelmed with the community and with people's support. I was overwhelmed with the love. I was overwhelmed with all of that. I never had received that kind of love and community support before. Growing up, I didn't get support of who I could be and who I am, but to have people support me and accept me and love me who I am, not even know me, but support me. I was extremely overwhelmed, extremely touched. It's something I'll never forget.
Going back in time, or regarding being younger and not getting that support, but now finding that support and that love. Have you reached your goal for fundraising?
I did. I met the goal. I met the goal.
Yes.
Everything is paid off.
What would you like to say to the people who supported you, who poured in those donations?
I have no words to express and show everything in terms of how I appreciate it. I'm trying to show how I appreciate it. I was just so overwhelmed. To me, that goes beyond words, language. I mean, how do you describe that feeling? To have the top surgery, to be one's authentic self, to live in your own truth. I mean, yeah.
Mm. You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna mess up my makeup. Just to see you smile, your presentation, that you're enough for the community, and being happy is what's critical. Seeing you happy
Mm.
is a salient feature of life. Not having that support, where is it? Getting that support. You know, where are the other humans that can find that support? Who is out there that struggling, w- you know, with their deaf, trans identity, non-binary, that culture. Where can they get more information, more support, more resources?
Well, the Deaf Queer Resource Center, that's who actually guided me and kind of facilitated some of my journey. I've been following their Instagram, Deaf Queer Resource Center, and their various postings and information. A friend of mine had actually showed me and kind of connected me with them. And they actually helped support my journey in terms of different tidbits and so forth. And if not for them, where would I be? Where would I have been able to plug into a community and feel inspired and educated just for my own personal journey? So absolutely them.
Has your journey just been stable, or has it been like a roller coaster, huh?
It's been a roller coaster, ups and downs, a lot of thinking, a lot of meeting people, feeling similar connection where who are journeying and going through what you're going through, and going through some of my own depression, the struggle of the identity and going back and forth and the things that come with it, but I wouldn't change anything about it at all.
I like that. The journey came, but I wouldn't change it. I like that. You'd mentioned meditation, but what are some other activities? Do you kind of surround yourself by positive people?
Yeah, I spend time with like-minded people, people who have similar identities as myself. It doesn't have to necessarily be the exact same thing, but people who are going through similar journeys, more or less similar in their way. Uh, like how they approach themselves. I love being around that. And like you said, so and a lot of them are positive people, but it's that similar thinking, that similar framework. I believe that if you're not around people who think like you end up feeling different. For example, my best friend couldn't understand my journey. And we were parallel and we were working in the same restaurant and we would go from restaurant to restaurant together. And I started to change. I transitioned and found myself having a very hard time. And we were very close. And then I felt different. And they were going through their own journey. And I found my journey going opposite of theirs or away from theirs. And right. And you just kind of
Yeah.
drift away, right? And and trying to find a way to meet again and understand each other again and understand where each one of us is coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that happens. Two people can be best friends on the same journey and then depart. But then that journey disembarks from one another. And you don't know how to feel. And you're like, forget them. But then that one day that path reconnects. And we mature. Maybe we learn how to help somebody else understand. Sometimes some people won't get it. Some people will get it. Some people refuse to get
Mm-hmm.
it. The
Mm-hmm.
point is, as long as you get it,
Yeah.
that's, people become woke, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's why I love this show. Deaf Woke.
Mm-hmm.
It's about waking people up to who we are. Now, have you, is it important to you that you kind of get with your best friend again?
Yeah, I mean, they mean so much to me. You know, their impact. You know, they taught me how to be a cook. They taught me about my work ethic. Right? Is that the sign?
Is it?
Yeah, ethic.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they told me that I'm a person, and that really changed and affected and influenced my life. And so, you know, coming back together and finally meeting again, and her, trying to learn about trans and where I've come from and my part in all of that. And so, and my perspective, and seeing each other in a different light, and still supporting each other and still loving each other through it, and getting back on track together again.
Learning about your real identity, life's changing, but love doesn't change.
Hmm.
Love does not change. And I want people to understand that
Hmm.
love does not change. If you loved me then, you'll love me now because I am who I am.
Hmm.
So please love who I am. Yeah?
Right.
Did you always love yourself? Was that, did you, from the very beginning, did you love who you were?
Love myself in my journey. Well,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, I do have problems in loving myself. I have problems loving my trans body. But as I move through the journey, I find I have more acceptance for myself. The more I live in my truth, the more I'm here, I'm there, and I'm journeying on this path, and just accepting that, I do. But I completely love myself now. Even though I struggle with different things, I still love myself.
Yes. What would you tell other people who's potentially maybe, thinking about top surgery?
You know, if this is, make sure it's for you, because once you make this decision and you move with it, go ahead. Absolutely. If you're still hesitant, ask others. Ask someone who's had the experience, that journey of the top surgery. Ask them the questions. How did this feel? What came up for you? What was the process? And if you're still not sure that you want it, and you're not sure that you want to go through the surgery, you're still trans. You can use tape, you can use binders. It's fine. There's not pressure. Don't pressure yourself. Do your research. Look for the information online, and see from there.
I agree. 100%. That's very powerful what you said. Don't feel pressured. Do your research, study, and don't pay attention to the noise. Just pay attention to the people who are willing to support your decision.
Hmm.
What are the appropriate ways that someone can support someone who might be, going through or thinking about top surgery?
Part of it is support, is hearing them out, finding and sharing resources, and giving it to them. Um, if they're feeling hesitant, if they're feeling anxious, go with them to doctor's appointments. Drive them. If they have anxiety, walk them through it. I know for me, when I went to the doctor, when I would go to doctor's appointments, I would feel anxious because I didn't have somebody. And then I had a friend drive me, and I'm so grateful. They came
Mm,
with me to my appointments. That way I didn't feel alone, because I'm so used to, even growing up, to just always being alone. And this time I felt so supported. It's helpful to have someone go with you to hear what's being said, so that you don't have to be alone.
yes, I feel that. Sometimes we just need somebody to be there at the doctor's appointment, somebody we can trust with the information, somebody you can share your personal life with, your personal experience. I mean, simply is driving you there. I mean, some people are like, nah, you're fine. You could do it yourself. It doesn't matter how strong we may look like. There are different ways in which we can be supported. Asking for help does not mean that you're weak.
I agree. It does not mean that you're weak. The love's there. People want to support you. People want to love you. And for me, yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw the comment. I got distracted there. Excuse me. But that's how I was able to find the true meaning of friendship and relationships,
Mm,
and growing from there.
right on.
Hmm.
No, go ahead. Come on. Tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, 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 not at all. You said that, the true meaning of friendship. When you said that phrase, oh, the true meaning of friendship. It's powerful. Some people you may think you're your friends.
Yeah, yeah. It was more there's more trust. More value, more cherished moments. Seeing that person thriving, right? And I love that. When I went through that journey, those people who have watched you walk through that journey, like, I mean, how do you say it? How can I say, I mean, how do you describe it? It's so difficult when someone has seen you through that part of the journey, and then you have the opportunity to watch their part of the journey. It's different. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, really.
It's amazing. When you look at my journey, I see you on your journey. I see you growing. You're seeing me grow. We're growing together. That's incredible. Some people are kind of superficial with your support. I have to support myself too.
Yes. Yes.
And it's the opportunity of supporting one another. You know, self-love. When I look at myself, sometimes, sometimes I'm not cute and my hair is all messed up. Hair's out of place. But I have to say, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not ugly. I'm beautiful. Do you do that? Or do you do something completely different?
you know, um, yeah, can you repeat that question again for me, please?
Yeah, so for myself, sometimes I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror, and I feel unattractive. But I have to tell myself, I am beautiful. And I may have to do it 3 times. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. What do you do, for self-love?
Yeah. I do look in the mirror, and I write it on the mirror. I actually write it on the mirror.
What?
It says, "You are blessed." Yes, on the mirror. And then "You are beautiful." It's on my mirror in the bathroom, and I write that out. And it's in my room. I write it out in my room. You got this. You are the reason why you are alive today. I have those phrases, those mantras, and it helps me keep moving, because sometimes, for someone who struggles with depression, you need that. You need those words of affirmation. You need that. You need that for yourself. You know, if you can't do it for yourself, how is someone else going to do it for you?
Yes.
You know, because someone else can support it, but you got to do it for yourself first, and then they'll support it.
Thank you. You know, I too struggle with depression. You know, I have different challenges today, but depression can lead to, self-harming. Luckily, I had a dance that saved my life.
There it is.
You know, when you're struggling and life is a struggle, that can lead to some people hurting themselves. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So those who are watching the show, there are a high percentage of people. When people are high percentage of people who do not accept their selves, their identities, they
Mm.
harm themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, when we don't accept who they are, we are adding to that harm. We're adding, potentially leading them to harm themselves. You know, when we think, oh, that person will just be fine.
Mm.
Every lion needs their community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The king, the lion king, needs their community.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully said. Yes, beautifully said.
You know, I don't want to take too much of your time, but you are a powerful human. I want to give the audience time to ask some questions. We okay with that?
Yes, I'm ready.
Now, audience, people, so go ahead and type your questions in the chat box. This is your time to talk with Armani. You know, we shared our truth. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, either platform, go ahead and use the chat box, comment box. I got a message, and somebody wants to know, how did you ultimately make that decision to move forward with top surgery?
You know, ultimately, it was because I really struggled with my body, especially that part of my body. And so I started to do research. I looked things up. I spoke with people who had experienced top surgery themselves, and they really educated and shared things and resources and told me to look certain things up. And the more I read about it, the more I realized I wanted to go ahead and do it. It took me a year. It took me a year to go through it all the way from beginning to end, but it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
So question is what resources are there to support the deaf trans community? Deaf queer, deaf trans community?
Well, like I had mentioned earlier, the Deaf Queer Resource Center, Real Trans Talk is also there for, and that's not specifically just for the deaf community. It's in general for deaf and hearing trans and non-binary folks. So Real Trans Talk, but they have really been supportive in the deaf community.
So be sure, to check out what Armani said, Deaf Queer Resource Center. You can follow them and learn more about it. I'm on Facebook, IG, or Twitter at Deaf Queer. They have so much information. They have transcriptions that supports the deaf blind community. So go there. Go, 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 go. Don't leave yourself out of the support loop.
Right there. Yes, that's it.
I think the question is where is the place beautiful? Well, it's inside yourself. That's where the place is beautiful.
I agree. I agree.
You know, like Armani mentioned, looking in the mirror, having those affirmations, meditation.
And digging into me.
Well, how do you protect the beauty inside? And what does that mean, beauty or beautiful?
Now, I think beauty and beautiful is that you are living your authentic self inside. You know, you are yourself, no matter what anyone tells you, whether they say you are, whether they say you're not. You are beautiful.
Question is I've heard that insurance sometimes doesn't support top surgery. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
What?
True. That's why you have to make sure your insurance will cover it. The top surgery, you have to find certain doctors. You have to navigate which insurance accepts what. I had to go through all of those steps. That's right.
What? No, people don't realize it's not just simply a surgery. You have it's healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not me, right? It's not. It's what I need. And like you said, you're making the best decision for your life. So I have a question that relates. You know, what's your path for the future? You're going to be educating people, advocating for people. You know, I know you had experienced that you hadn't had that education or that support before, but now you've kind of retrieved that information. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, yes, advocating for people, teaching people, educating people, because some people just don't have any idea. Some people are, baby trans, they don't know, they're just going through life and not sure about their identity. I'm here for them because I went through my journey, and I'm what they call a late bloomer, right? I was late to the game. I found out that I was trans later in life. Someone said, are you trans? And I said, no, 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 no. And then it took me until, here I am in my 30s and here I am in that process. But, it's never too late to start this journey as a trans person. It's not.
That brings me to my next question. Are you proud of the word trans, or do you not prefer that word transgender? You know, some people, are, it's kind of mixed. Do all people use the word trans or transgender?
I haven't met someone who wasn't proud of their identity as a trans person. I mean, I am proud of being trans. I haven't met someone yet because a lot of the people that I do meet are very proud and very out and very, loud about it, very enthusiastic about their truth and living in their truth, right? But if you ask me again later, I would tell you. I maybe I would.
Yes. Gotcha. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Ooh.
I think continuing to live my truth and trying to. I am looking at changing my career, and I want to start working in and focusing on holistic medicine.
What? Oh, why holistic medicine?
Because I feel like I've gone through a lot of trauma and I've gone through a lot of healing of that trauma, and I want to help others find and work through their trauma and heal. It's important. Both are important. You have to work through the trauma. You have to work through and strive to heal. And as I've been currently, working through my trauma and healing, that's so important. That's number one in life.
You know, having that deaf experience, do you feel like you get that attention that you're looking for, or do they dismiss you?
I feel like it's very ignored. We need deaf folks in holistic health. There are a lot of hearing healers, but where are the deaf voices? Where's the deaf representation? Those are things that I've been thinking about. Is that
Yes, I agree. I think you're a perfect role model for the people. If you haven't gone, if you haven't gone through what you've gone through, it's hard to connect with people. You know, and like us, the BIPOC folk like us. Is it easy to find BIPOC holistic individuals, or are they sporadic?
it's more like sporadic. It's more like sporadic. It's very few and far between. I think we need more BIPOC healers, and we do. We need more. And yeah.
Question is, yes, holistic medicine. When you say medicine, you mean natural remedies? Like, do you mind? What is holistic medicine? What is that?
Yeah, like natural medicine, natural modalities. So you're looking at massage, you're looking at chiropractic services, um, just healing work. There's Reiki. There's so many different modalities. For me, it's more feeling like wanting to get more into massage.
Do you mean things like holistic medicine in reference to healing and living your truth? Not living a static life, but helping that medicine kind of recover. Like the interpreters. You get those strains in the top shoulders, and you're like, I need some medicine.
Exactly. Yeah. And then looking at like how to pair up the CBD with that. I don't things that don't have THC in them, but looking at like teas. There are different herbs that one can take and incorporate, things that you can use to relax. I want the herbs. I want to study herbs that relate to massage. So not just doing massage itself, but also how you incorporate other modalities and herbs.
I like that. They just think that it's just massage only. No, there's other correlations to massage and modalities. Like, what's your favorite tea?
Oh, right now, my favorite tea is lavender. It really helps me be calm. I love lavender because I'm actually allergic to the smell of lavender, but I can ingest it, and it does keep me calm and mellow, and it allows me. I've really gotten into a lot of teas. I mean, I'm not well versed in teas yet, but I want to be able to know like the different types of teas you would use to match a person's mind needs.
So the question is, CBD. Do you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah, CBD to use. You A lot of people use it to relax. It's not intended for. Um,
What does CBD
I
stand
have
for?
I have lost. Uh, my mind's gone blank here. With CBD, people use it to. Sorry, my dog just barked. Whoops. Okay. With CBD, it helps to relax the body, and it's a medicine. It's a medicine. You can smoke it.
It's a drug.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm at a loss.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. Yeah, like you said, CBD helps relax, kind of release, kind of reduces anxiety, alleviates depression, trauma. So CBD is cannabinoid.
Thank you. Yes.
the CBD full word. I mean, it's a heavy word. You know, I got to research it myself. I don't want to mistake. You know, I don't know it all.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. My mind literally went blank. Thank you.
So there's several different names for CBD. There's cannabis, but listen, we're not doctors, so please, you know, speak to your provider, you know, to assess your needs.
Right.
CBD stands for cannabis. Correction from the interpreter. This is it says a little support. Natural herbs, teas, massages are nice.
That's sweet.
Oh, yep, cannabis. Question is, how do you feel when when you see a black mother drag her black son, who's a child, out of a presence of a Disney princess? Is that toxic or protective for a black mom to do that to her son? Do you know what? Do you know what this question is in reference to?
Is this a presence? Oh, the presence.
Princess. Oh, okay. Out of the princess, out of the presence of a Disney princess. Oh, when the son is kind of coaxing up to the Disney princess, but the mother pulled the son away.
You know, oh, that hurt my heart. I think that's toxic because this black son, wants to be involved. Let him. I don't view it as protective, but I know that some parents have different opinions and some have different ways that they parent their child or their kids. But I think that that example is extremely toxic. Be who you are, no matter who you want to be, and whatever you want to participate in. This is your identity. It doesn't matter, your gender, your presentation. Be involved and engage in your passion.
Yes. I'm going to clarify for the audience. So what happened is that a black mother brought her black son to Disney World, Disneyland, and her son saw a Disney princess dress and was like, "I wanted to be a princess too." And the mother dragged the son away. But you know, we gotta love. We gotta allow people to love themselves. It's you know, it's so it's I think there was just miseducation. We got to educate ourselves. That's our child. You know, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? Love them, right? Audience, we're running out of time. Armani is busy, people.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I just wanted to focus on talking to my friend Armani. Therefore, we had to suspend the game. I think this conversation was important, but it'll be back. And we'll have Armani back and we'll play the game with Armani. So again, check out Deaf Queer Resources. Deaf Queer Resource Center is not the only resource. Now you can find them at Deaf Queer. You can reach out to Armani. Where? Well, on our social media at Armani Smiles on Instagram. Armani's Instagram is at ARMANISMILES.
That's right. That's right.
Armani is here to support all of you out there. Armani, you have any last words that you would like to tell?
Keep living your truth. No one can take that from you.
Mm,
That's what's beautiful.
that's beautiful. Armani, thank you so much for coming today. You're my first returning guest. For me, I feel blessed to be in this space, to be part of your journey. Just to be cool and just to be there with you. So thank you for coming, educating us. We always have to continue the conversation. It seems people are still learning more, right? I know you had just mentioned, like you were talking about what your experience today at your job interview, you know, and yeah, and they accepted you. That person had a similar experience where their child used the same pronouns. So thank you so much for educating us. You inspired us. Educated the community and everyone out there. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for allowing me in your space.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to come back. And I was so happy to be back. Thank you.
Yes, yes. I'm still not satisfied. I want some more. I want some more.
Yes.
But thank you.
All right.
How do y'all feel? Y'all feel that? Did you feel Armani's warmth, her spirit? Did you feel that? So now my final thought. Before the show started this evening, I'm not feeling good. And I woke up, figuring out what I was gonna do. I was feeling weak. Didn't know what I was gonna do, but you know, I felt I needed to be here. I needed people to hear from Armani, to feel her wealth, her warmth, to see her bravery, to see hopefully that her story can resonate with you. Correction, interpreters error there. Just like Armani, supporting their identity. If you can support them, in turn you support yourself. And that's love. And when Armani got that love and that support from the community, and that's living your truth and having someone respond to that truth with love, that's friendship. Whew. It's not enough to just listen, not with our eyes, but with our soul. Follow Armani's social media. I want you all to feel supported. Armani has an amazing spirit. I'm human. I make mistakes. And I try to fix those mistakes. And so I don't run from mistakes. I learn how to try to support. We got to be open-minded. We can all learn from each other because we are human. I hope you all feel inspired today. I know I do. So you see that hashtag deaf woke? Well, right here you can follow Armani at her at their social media at Armani Smiles. Here's this Deaf Queer Resource Center at Deaf Queer. I feel incredibly inspired. I mean, I gotta stop. I can go all day, all night, but we ain't got time for that. So, peace, love. I'm out. Where's my banner at? Hey, thank you for watching. Deaf woke.